I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Now, this video is a build off of my previous one. Be, do, have. The secrets to success. Now, let's say you watch that video and now you're like, okay, Lawrence, I watched that. I know what I want. I know what I need to do. I know who I need to be in order to have it. But how do I become the person who can have what I want? Like, how do I make the identity shift? So go watch that video first, then come back to this. It'll make a lot more sense. With that said, now that you know what you want, figure out what you need to do, figure out who you must become, and what is it that's stopping you from becoming that person. Not who, not what beliefs you're holding on to, not even that. What is it that you're doing? What actions are you taking? What identity do you currently have that is stopping you from getting what you want? Because if you want to be a doctor, the identity shift you must take on is the identity of a doctor. And you have to obsess yourself with the thought process, the habits, the behaviors of a doctor. Like you have to be a doctor mentally before you can get the doctor degree. Now, that's a lot easier said than done because, like I said, it requires obsession. Like, you have to crucify the flesh. It's not what's meant by that is you have to kill off the old identity. So, the version of you right now that is lazy, bad habits, going out late, all these things. You have to kill that version of you. They use the word crucify the flesh in the Bible because it's not to say, oh, you just tame it, you just stop it. No, you have to nail that thing to the cross and kill it off because the identity of I can't, it's not possible. What if this happens? That identity is going to destroy the life that you want. So, when I started out making my videos and I decided I wanted to become a speaker and help people and write books, I had to kill off the lazy version of myself. I had to kill off the undisciplined version of myself. I had to crucify that thing. How did I do that? Well, every act, have some notes right here for this. Every action that you take is a vote for your new identity. So think of it like you have these two wolves inside of you, and the one you feed the most becomes stronger. And you can think of that as strengthening your identity. So if you are currently really lazy and you say, all right, I want to stop being lazy, I know what I want. I want a business. I want a career. I want this job. I want a degree. I know what I need to do. I need to study. I need to get into college. I need to get my grades up. The person I need to become in order to have, is dedicated, disciplined, studies, does hard things when they don't feel like it, reads books. I know the person that I need to become. However, I'm currently really lazy. I don't read. I waste a lot of time. I binge watch Netflix. So, how do we make this identity shift? It starts firstly in the mental. Like, okay, picture yourself as the person you want to become. And then you have to take drastic action to change that identity because it's really like you have to shock the system. So, like I mentioned, the two wolves, one of them, which is like the lazy version of you, the version of you that is currently right now, that's the big bad wolf. That's a strong one. But the version of you that you want to become, which is the dedicated, hardworking, disciplined business owner, that's the puppy. You haven't fed it enough, so it's like this, and the big bad wolf is like this. It's gonna eat it. So, what do you have to do? Drastic action. When I wanted to stop being so lazy and stop binge watching TV, I took the TV out of my room. I put the Xbox in the basement, and what I had to do was not have a TV inside of my room for the last, I believe, 4 years. And because of that, now look at where it's gotten me. How I had to shock the system. So let's say you want to improve your eating habits. Stop buying unhealthy food. Easier said than done, of course, assuming you're blessed enough financially to not have to buy McDonald's and like really unhealthy food. If you're blessed enough financially to not do that, you have to take those drastic actions. You have to have someone come with you when you go grocery shopping so that you cannot buy this stuff. You have to take all the sodas and the teas and everything out of your house and throw it in the trash. If it is a substance, you have to join a community where they help you get clean. You have to take drastic action to go from who you are now into who you want to become. If that means you have to read 20 pages of a book every day, even if you fall asleep in the process and you wake up and you read it again until you finish, so be it. If it means that you have to get a gym partner who does not let you not go to the gym, so be it. If it means that you have to start selling off stuff, getting rid of old clothing, burning old pictures, whatever it is for you, sometimes you're going to have to take some really big, really uncomfortable actions because you've gotten so comfortable being someone that you no longer want to be that in order to become who you want to, you have to really immerse yourself in this new identity. So, again, with the example of you want to become a doctor, and right now you are 19, let's just use my age as an example. You're 19, your goal is I want to become a doctor. You know the qualities that you would need as a doctor. You know the behaviors you need as a doctor. You know how to get into college. You know the steps, but you don't have the identity. You need to watch medical like examinations and like doctor information on YouTube and read doctor books and like really immerse yourself in the identity that you want to now take on. For me, it was watching a lot of Tony Robbins speeches, Les Brown's, Zig Ziglar's, like anything like that. Jamie Anderson, E.T. Washington, like everything I could think of. Wallow 267. Like I would watch these motivational videos and these speakers, and I would study the art of speaking and tonality and body language and making videos and all these things. You have to really become something new. And in the process, you have to starve out that old identity of you. Like you have to lose your appetite for the past. If you are a cat that dreams of becoming a lion, you must lose your appetite for rats. As in to say, if you want to become someone bigger, better, greater, you know, I want to be a millionaire. I want to have a business. I want to be a doctor. I want to have a 4.0 GPA. I want to have a white picket fence house in the middle of the suburbs, and I want to drive a Bugatti. You know what you want. Okay, how do you get it? You know what you want. You know what you need to do. I need to start a business. I need to grow the business. I need to get employees. I need to do these things. I need to get a job. I need to apply to college. I need to study. I need to work harder on these tests. I need to get up my grades. You know what you want. You know what you need to do. Now you got to figure out who you have to become. So this is the part where because I'm not like talking directly to you or with you, this is where you're going to do your part. Write down what do you want. Be as crystal clear as possible. Not I want a nice car. What kind of car? What color is the car? What does the interior look like? What does it sound like? How much does the car cost? Like you got to get crystal clear on what you want. Not I want a high paying job. What career do you want? Okay, I want to become a doctor. What specialty? Like, do you want to become just a general doctor? Do you want to become a neurosurgeon? Do you want to be an OBGYN? Do you want to be a pediatric? Do you want to help elderly people? Do you want to do organ transplants? What exactly do you want? Now that you know what exactly you want, go research what do you need to do to become that thing? Like, what do you need to do to become a neurosurgeon? or to run a construction business, or to lose 100 pounds, or to get a 4.0 GPA. What do you need to do? Then, now that you know what you want, what you need to do, figure out what are you currently being, like what is it about, not to degrade you, of course, like don't degrade yourself when you do this, but just be honest with yourself. Like, are you lazy? Are you a procrastinator? Do you waste a lot of time? Do you have friends who are tearing you down, like they're insulting you? Do you disrespect yourself? Like, what identity do you have right now that is not in line with that goal? Because if your identity was completely in line with the goal that you wanted, you would already have the thing. A doctor has the identity of a doctor, therefore, they are a doctor. A doctor had the identity of a doctor when they were in medical school, when they were in college, when they were in high school. And because in high school they had the identity of I will become a doctor, they made it to college. I will become a doctor. They made it to grad school. I will become a neurosurgeon. They made it to neurosurgeon school. Like they took that as a class. Then they said, I am a neurosurgeon. And then they became a neurosurgeon. So before you even do all of that, you have to already see yourself as what you want to be. Like you have to see yourself as I am this public speaker. I am this medical profession. I am a business owner. I am a construction worker. I am blank. Because whatever you put after I am, you will become that. So, to make it nice, sweet, and simple, because I know I just said a whole lot right there. If you want to change your identity, like you want to go from this lazy person to this hardworking person, you have to shock your system. You have to crucify the old version of you. You don't just like say, okay, I'm gonna only be lazy on Sunday and Saturday. No, it's none of that. None of that. Because until you have like lost your appetite for rats, you will be a cat that is just stuck there. But you want to be a lion. If you want to be a lion, you have to stop eating the rats. You have to like starve out that version of you. Because what think of it this way, right? Think of it this way. There are certain people who, even if they lost all their money, like they lost everything, they're going to get it back because that is who they are. It's not just a character quality, it's not a trait, it is an identity. So, if you want to change your identity from this lazy person to this hardworking person, from this person who is like undisciplined, unmotivated, you have to literally shock the system. Like you have to obsess over the thing you want. You have to wake up with it on your mind. You have to go to sleep with it on your mind. You have to read books about it. Let me show you something. This is a book about public speaking. This is a book about public speaking. You have to obsess over what you want. Like you have to want it as bad as you want to breathe. You have to want it more than you want food. And I know that might sound like an exaggeration, but if you hang around somebody who's like really successful in anything, that's how they are. Like I go to the gym near here, and there's this guy there who's like 70. He is like ripped. Like this guy has muscles the size of my head, basically. And I asked him, how are you like this big at 70 something? He's like, I just love it. It's like there's people who just love what they do. And at first, you're going to be really uncomfortable, or you're going to it's like that identity shift is going to be really uncomfortable because you have to, like I said, kill off that burden of you. So there's this gray area where there's the person you used to be and the person you want to become, but you're too far from who you used to be, but you're not at the stage that you want to be. So you're kind of like in this middle gray area. And what you do at that part is you just keep moving forward to the version that you want to be. You keep like immersing yourself, and you have to do things that are really uncomfortable. You have to try things that you've never done before. You have to have conversations you never had before. You have to learn about things like website development if you want to become like a coder, or speaking techniques if you want to be a speaker, or different like surgeon techniques if you want to become a surgeon. You have to like have these conversations that are going to make you feel dumb. Like you're going to feel really dumb when you start to form an LLC for the first time and you have to figure out like how to set up the paperwork. You're gonna feel really dumb when you try to be an entrepreneur and you make a product and nobody buy it because your marketing was bad, and then you gotta figure out like SEO and like how to make an ad and all this other stuff. You're gonna feel really dumb for a while, but you just keep moving forward. And if you keep moving forward, eventually you will have that I am. It's like you don't just want to think, okay, I want to be this. This is who I want to be. Because that part where you're saying I want to be keeps you from being it. Like, all right, Elon Musk does not want to be the richest man in the world. He is the richest man in the world. Or you could think of somebody such as, I'm going to use myself as an example. I don't want to be the best youth empowerment speaker in the world. I am the best youth empowerment speaker in the world. And that might sound egotistical to people who are hearing this, but I am what I am. I am what I am. And because I know what I am, I do the things of my identity, which leads to what I have. So if you want to go from this identity to that identity, you have to become so completely obsessed with that shift that you have to take drastic measures. You got to cut off some friends. You got to cut off bad habits. You might have to take the TV out of your room. That's what I did. You might have to change up what you're eating. You got to change up your routine. You got to make a calendar. You have to go new places. You have to start reading different books. You have to start changing up what you're listening to. You got to change the music. You got to change the YouTube videos. You have to be like, you, you need people who literally like look at you and say, you changed. You're a different person. That's when you know it has worked. Because when the people who knew you last year, if they met you today, if they tell you, or if you would imagine that they would say, dang, who are you now? Like, what happened? You're so different. And that difference is becoming the person that you want to be. Congratulations. Because it's really an identity shift. It's not a matter of like, okay, I'm going to change my habits. I'm going to change what I do. I'm going to change who I'm around. I'm going to change what I say. No, you have to change who you are. And that's painful because you have to starve out the current identity. You have to crucify the version of you that is not who you want to be. Like, if you, that might mean some stuff too, because you have to break up with people. You have to cut off some family members. You have to change habits. You have to remove TVs out of your room. You have to change the music you listen to. You have to change the places you go. You got to change up what you eat. You have whatever it is that you need to do to be who you want to be, the person that does what you want to do and have what you want to have. You have to literally kill off the current version of you. It can't exist. It's like water and wine. Imagine seeing somebody who wants to, like, yeah, now you might be thinking that there are those exceptions where there's like the football player who's also ridiculously smart. That happens. But if that's not you, that's not you. I'm talking to like the 99.9% of people who are not those like dual exceptions. So, if you want to become like the best at something, you have to obsess over that thing. Kobe Bryant, let's look at him as an example. He did not say, I want to be the best basketball player ever. He said, I am. And because of that I am, because of how he saw himself, because of how he identified, he did things that nobody else would do. Practicing before sunup to after sundown. He went to the gym at 3 in the morning, left at 9 p.m. He spent more time in the gym than he spent with his family. And that's not a diss against him. No, that's just to say the man was really good at what he did because he loved what he did. You have to like really just kill out that old version of you. And how do we do this? Right? It is a brutal process, but you have to make a lot of sacrifices. You have to sacrifice relationships. You have to sacrifice habits. You have to sacrifice places you go. You have to sacrifice items. Like maybe it might be selling off your video games. Maybe it might be getting rid of some old stuff in your house. Whatever it is that you need to do, you really have to think about it as every single thing you do is casting a vote for the person that you want to be. Every single thing you say, every single place you go, everything is a vote for one identity or the other. And the more things you do that align you to the identity that you want to have, and the identity of the person who does the things needed to have the thing you want, the closer you will be to it. And there comes this point where now you're out of the gray area because there is at the start, there's the version you currently are, there's the version you want to be. There's the version of you that is the millionaire, in shape, had the wife and 3 kids, had the Bugatti, all that stuff. But over here is the version you currently are, which is like you're lazy, you're not doing stuff, you're procrastinating. So you're trying to go from this version to this. Like you want to become the dream version of you. And in that process, there's this gray area where now you stop hanging with the people. Okay, you realize, all right, Lawrence is right. I gotta cut off some friends. I'm gonna break up with this man or this woman who isn't no good for me. I have to stop going these places. I gotta put the habits down. I gotta stop putting that stuff in my body. All right, good. Now you have stopped this, but you don't know what to do in the gray area. The gray area is where you just obsess over what you want to be. It's like you figure out, okay, if I want to be the best basketball player ever, what do I have to do? You got to study LeBron, study Kobe, study Shaq. Like you have to become a student of the game. You have to become borderline obsessed with the thing you want. And not just the thing you want, but who do I need to become? Like, okay. And I don't just mean like, all right, you have all the information. No, you take the information and you implement it. When you find out, okay, I need to make a YouTube video on this subject, you fire up that camera. I need to learn this. You go to an event, you study, you watch a seminar, you take notes, you practice. You have to really like starve out the old version of yourself in order to make room for the new version, because you cannot put new wine in old wine skins, and you can't put the new like dream version of you into the life you currently have. So if you're not willing to crucify, and I use that word specifically because you have to, if you understand what a crucifixion truly was, you're going to understand why it is the root word of excruciating. The root word of excruciating is crucified, because it is when you get nailed to a cross, you get beat, it's crazy. So the old version of you must die for the new version of you. And if you want me to go even deeper on this, you can book a one on one call with me using the link in the description. And you're going to have to pay up. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. It's paid because I just spent the last 24 minutes breaking this down. So if you want even more value, hit that link in the description. Also, if you have me a podcast host, school principal, or run a youth focused organization, and you want to book me for as a speaker or just get in contact with me, my email address is lawrence@lawrenceharris.com. I hope you have a great, fantastic day. You can also purchase my books and subscribe, like, comment, share. My other channels are my social media channels are in the description below. Have a good